welcome to the RTF channel. Today in our ARK Beginner's Guide Part 1, we are going to be getting ready to start your first game. Now this is both for Steam and Xbox users, but the first tip is just for you Steam users. If you launch ARK through Steam, you have the options of no sky, which will help your frame rates. You have low memory, which is good for people who have 4 gigabytes of RAM, and extreme low memory for those of you who have even less than that. Additionally, you have the advanced option of right-clicking on the game, going to Properties, and then going to Set Launch Options. Now, on Steam's website, they have a full explanation of how to do it and what you can put in. And there are additional codes to what are listed here if you do a quick Google search. Now, going back into the game, you're going to see on the main menu that you can join ARK, and this would be joining a game that has already been created, a already active server. This would mean making your own private game or one just for you. So if you go into join ARK, you're going to see by default it's set for official servers. Now, if you're wanting to join up with your friends, you're going to have to change that to either unofficial or friends. And if you do that, make sure that you also click the little box that says show password protected, because chances are your friends are going to protect their servers. Now, something you're going to want to notice is that there's a couple different game types. PvE means player versus environment, and you'll focus more on taming dinosaurs and building for fun, whereas PvP is going to be more person versus person, and you're going to have to worry about people killing you and raiding your base. You're also going to have hardcore mode, which means once you die, you have to restart with a new character. And you're also going to have primitive mode, which means that you're not going to have the most advanced tools in the game. That said, these official servers are not necessarily the most beginner friendly, and that is why I would recommend starting here with host or local. This allows you to either make a single player game or make a game that's just for you and your close friends. Now, server settings, you can see you can choose from different maps. I prefer the center, that's a free DLC. Difficulty is a global difficulty adjustment. It also has an impact on the quality of loot crates, so keep that in mind. Now, maximum structures and range. It limits how many player-built objects can be built within a specified distance. Moving the slider to the right will allow more, to the left, less. Day cycle speed adjustment. This adjusts how long it takes an entire game day to pass. Daytime speed adjustment. It adjusts how fast just the daylight hours go by. Adjusting the slider to the left allows you to have a long, productive day, or even if you move it all the way over, you have an infinite day and it never turns to night. Nighttime speed, again, just for the nights. If you want the nights to be quick and go by, like I do, you can put that up here. Now, Dino, player, and structure damage adjusts how much damage each can do. For example, if you move the player damage to the right, you can now do multiple times more damage. Player, dino, and structure resistance adjusts how much damage each can take. For example, if you move the player slider to the right, like this, that would mean that you would take a lot more damage and potentially even get hurt from small jumps that would normally not even do any damage at all. If you move the structure resistance slider to the left, then structures would almost be impossible to break. Now, XP modifier, this changes how quickly or slowly you get XP points. Go up levels, unlock engrams, and progress through the game. Moving the slider to the right will make it go faster, and moving it to the left will slow it down. Taming speed. I don't care who you are, you will more than likely want to move this all the way up. By default or on an official server, it can take literally 24 real life hours to tame the larger dinosaurs. Now, harvest amount adjusts how much resources you will get while harvesting. If you move the slider to the right, you can get, say, 400 pieces of wood from one tree. If you move it to the left, you may only get a few. Player and dino drain settings simply adjust how quickly each stat drains. If you move to the right, it will drain more quickly. If you move it to the left, it will not drain at all. Now be careful with this one right here, the dino character food drain, because if you put it all the way down here and you're trying to tame a dinosaur, it will never eat, therefore it will never tame. So I would recommend at least setting it up to about 0.6 or higher, unless you do not plan on taming any dinosaurs that day. Now, player character health recovery and dino character health recovery simply means how fast your character will recover after taking damage. So if you put it up here, that means that you will recover very quickly, and over here would be little to nothing. Now, harvest health, this represents how many health points harvestable items have. So for example, let's say a tree might have 100 health here and 1,000 health here. Now, PvP structure decay. This is an adjustment of how long a structure item will remain in the game if it is abandoned or unused. The higher, the longer that it will last. So if you move it over here, it'll last a long time. If you move it over here, it will be quickly decaying. Resource respawn period adjusts how long it takes a harvested item to respawn and allow you to harvest it again. So if you want to be able to circle back around after you harvest a valley full of bushes and harvest them all over again, this is where you will want to put it. Now, most of these checkboxes are self-explanatory, but if you might not understand hardcore mode. Now, this is if your character dies, you have to start completely over again with another character. HUD stands for heads up display, and gamma is an adjustment that's often used for cheating, and it gives you the option of having daytime like visibility in the dark or in gloomy areas. So that should about cover it. Look through and adjust the settings to your playing style. The settings I generally choose are kind of easy, but that fits my needs for making these videos. Please like and subscribe as you see fit. I appreciate the comments and look forward to making even better videos using your feedback. I look forward to seeing you next time for part 2, and thanks for watching.